If you're like most small business owners, virtual bookkeepers, or virtual assistants, you set some amazing goals at the beginning of this year. More than likely, one of these goals covered your business finances and bookkeeping. That's why you're here, right? In today's episode, we're diving into what you need to do right now to make sure you stay true to your goals. Listen in as we talk about bookkeeping consistency. You don't want to miss the one thing you can do to stay on track with your bookkeeping this year. You're listening to the Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast, where we get straight to the point on topics that ultimately affect your bottom line. That's right, as an entrepreneur with a small business, money management, growth, marketing, they all affect your bottom line. I'm your host, Chris Ponick. I'm a certified public accountant, and I've been helping small business owners like you navigate and easily understand these complicated topics for over 25 years. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandmother, and a small business owner myself, so I know your time is valuable. In my free time, I make the best sugar cookies and have mastered an amazing chocolate chip cookie recipe. And that's not just my opinion. You're in the right place. I promise your time will be well spent here. Each week, you'll gain confidence and clarity while making a successful impact on your business and grow your bottom line. Get comfy, grab a cookie, and let's get straight to the point with this week's episode. Are you looking for a computerized software solution to do your bookkeeping? I highly recommend checking out QuickBooks Online. I've been using QuickBooks myself for over 20 years, and they really know how to streamline processes and make your bookkeeping and recording your transactions simple and easy. QuickBooks is one of the top software solutions used by small business owners, and I would say that over 95% of my clients are currently using QuickBooks for their businesses. One of the features most of my clients and I take advantage of is the option to set up bank feeds. You simply link your bank account to your QuickBooks account, and QuickBooks will automatically import each transaction into your QuickBooks file. You'll save a ton of time not having to manually enter each of these transactions. You simply review each of the transactions and make sure they're getting recorded to the appropriate account, and then click one button and they're in. Want to know more? Head over to financialadventure.com/QuickBooks and learn how you can save 50% off of your first 3 months. Welcome back. We're already in the second week of February and getting all settled into the new year. I know there's a possibility you're still working on closing out your year end and getting ready to file your tax return, but today we're going to talk about what you should be doing right now so that you can stay on track with your bookkeeping, have accurate and up-to-date financial information, and be more organized for the next tax season. That's right. If you find yourself struggling to get all your information ready to prepare your taxes for the 2020 tax season, you'll want to make sure you start the processes we talk about in today's episode right now so that you can have a much more enjoyable time preparing for your tax return next year. Are you saying to yourself, did she just say enjoyable and tax season in the same sentence? Yes, I did. If you can stay consistent with your bookkeeping throughout the year, I promise next year at this time, you won't dread getting all your information ready because you'll have it all ready to go. Just imagine. Wouldn't that be a dream come true? You can do this. I know you can, and I'm here to help make sure you stay on track. I personally love February. It's a short month, my birthday's in February, and we have a holiday with another excuse to eat chocolate, which makes Valentine's Day so special. Am I right? It really seems like February slips by so quickly, but it's such an important month for you as a small business owner, an online virtual bookkeeper, or a virtual assistant doing bookkeeping services. Why is it so important? You might be thinking January would be important, and you're right, January is important too. You want to make sure you have systems in place to do your bookkeeping, and hopefully you're following through. But February is where you will do some very important processes. So what am I talking about here? Is the suspense killing you? Just like a movie where they keep you guessing, I try to make these podcasts as fun as possible. Yes, while talking about small business finances, and this can be pretty hard to do, so I hope you give me some grace on this, but what I'm talking about today is reconciling your bank statements. When we start off the year with January, it really isn't until February when you get your monthly bank statements. I tell my clients to keep those bank statements front and center and make sure that they reconcile them prior to filing them away. If you jump on reconciling those bank statements right now, so you have all of January's information recorded and reconciled, you're on the right track to ensure you're up to date and don't fall behind. If you let this 1 month slip by, you may find you let another month slip by, and another, and guess what? You find yourself at this time next year hustling to get all your information recorded and reconciled, and it gets to be a stressful mess. Don't do this to yourself. Make a promise that you will take that bank statement you received in the mail, or if you get your bank statements online, go ahead and print them off, and keep them on your desk or somewhere where you'll see them each and every day until you have everything recorded and reconciled. If this is something you're already doing, then you get a gold star for the day. You should pamper yourself a little and do something special for yourself when you've finished reconciling your accounts each month. You deserve it. Staying consistent with your bookkeeping is such an important task. Organization and workflows are key. When you record and reconcile your January information, make sure you put processes in place so that you will be able to follow these same processes each month and throughout the rest of the year. Document them so you don't forget and use this document each and every month. You can always make adjustments to it, but this is an excellent way to start to get your standard operating procedures set up for your bookkeeping processes. Manage your documents and set up a system to have them available when you're recording and reconciling your accounts. Start a filing system where you can put all your credit card receipts for the month and a place where all your paid bills can go until you know they've all been recorded. This will help you from month to month, as well as to make sure you have all the information you need at your fingertips when you're recording and reconciling your accounts. Nothing is more frustrating than trying to record a transaction that you can't remember what it was for and not being able to find the receipt. You could spend a lot of valuable time searching for this receipt when a simple filing system could save you that precious time and allow you to work on something else in your business. Schedule time in the future to record and reconcile your accounts each month. If you know you get your bank statement by the 10th of the month, block off a few hours each month to follow through on your processes. Like Stephen Covey says, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Schedule the time, put it in your calendar, and set a reminder for yourself each month and give this priority your full attention. I want to mention another tip for you as well. If you've been doing all your bookkeeping manually or with a spreadsheet and you feel it's time to switch over to a computerized software system, now would be a good time to do this. It would be a perfect time to start recording all of your transactions from January 1st, and you'll be able to do your bank reconciliations right in the software. I highly recommend QuickBooks Online. If you go to financialadventure.com/QuickBooks, you can even save 50% off your first 3 months. In my accounting and bookkeeping business, I specialize in working with service-based businesses, and this software is really easy to set up and work with. If you ever have any questions about it, just let me know. I'd be happy to help you get it set up for your business. All right, to recap this episode. Number 1, stay consistent with your bookkeeping throughout the year. Number 2, why is February so important? February is when you'll get your monthly bank statement for January, which will allow you to reconcile the month of January. Number 3, keep those bank statements front and center and make sure that you reconcile them prior to filing them away. Number 4, Make a promise to yourself to make sure that you record and reconcile your information every month. Number 5, put processes in place so that you'll be able to follow through these processes each and every month. Number 6, manage your documents and set up a system to have them available when you're recording and reconciling your accounts. Number 7, schedule time in the future to record and reconcile your accounts each month. Number 8, now is the perfect time to start recording all your transactions from January 1st if you're thinking about starting a computerized software solution like QuickBooks Online. And number 9, you can go to financialadventure.com/QuickBooks and save 50% off your first 3 months. And you know I'm going to ask, what's at least one thing you'll take away from today's episode that will help your business succeed and grow your bottom line? If you need some accountability, join our private Facebook community and post your action item. We'd love to support you. Thanks for taking the time to tune into this episode of Mastering Your Small Business Finances. If you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed creating it for you, I'd love for you to give it a 5-star rating and subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. Visit financialadventure.com for the show notes, links from this episode, and while you're there, leave a comment if you have a topic you're interested in learning more about that affects your bottom line. If you're looking for a community where you can ask questions and get feedback about your small business, join my private Facebook group. You can find the links to this group and more on financialadventure.com. And remember, any financial information shared on this podcast is not to be considered professional, financial, or tax advice and should not be solely relied upon. Please consult your CPA or tax advisor for an opinion on your specific circumstances. I'm looking forward to having you tune in next time. Until then, dream big, follow your heart, and love what you do.